Hey, how you doing today? This is Dr. Darwin Hayes, the new dentist coach, coming to you live. I have some tips for today. Actually, this tip is on the PASS program. The PASS program. This is a program for via ADEA, the American Dental Education Association, and it's a program for students that are applying for postdoctorate dental education programs. So this tip today is about that process and some tips for you as you're beginning to do that process. All right, so we're going to give you 4 tips today on the PASS process, or the PASS process that just opened up. Here in May, and it's open from May now 2016 all the way through February 2017. Okay, so the PASS program, that's what we're going to talk about today and give you 4 tips on the PASS program. Again, PASS, what does it stand for? There's 2 meanings of PASS. Okay, we're going to talk about it as it pertains to the tips. 2 meanings. First one is the definition based on the American Dental Education Association. PASS is an acronym that stands for Postdoctoral Application Support Service. So the P is postdoctoral, the A is the application, the S is support, and the other S is service. So postdoctoral application support service. Okay. So basically, ADEA has put together this application, this uniform application that all students and applicants will use, so that it can distribute that application out to all the postgraduate advanced dental education programs throughout the country. And one of the reasons why they do that is because there's over 700 of those programs throughout the country. So you can imagine programs receiving applications individually. There would be a lot of variations. So this is an idea that ADEA has had for years, and this is what they use. They use this PASS, this postdoctoral application support service. Of those 700 programs that are members of that utilize PASS, about 300 of those programs are actually GPR and AEGD programs. So nearly close to half of the 700 programs are for general dentistry. So for those of you that are applying to programs like my program here, our program here at Bronx Lebanon, you'll be using that. Now, not all the programs will require that you have a submitted application through PASS, but I tell you, it's a much easier thing to do. It's very uniform. You have certain things that you can put into there, certain fields, and it helps with the evaluation of the candidates, because you'll have some recommendations that need to be forwarded, and it's helpful to have them in a uniform fashion. So that's what PASS stands for. But we're also going to talk about PASS as it relates to the 4 tips. All right. So I've created my own acronym for PASS, and as it relates, and these are going to be the tips. So the P that we said before, ADEA calls it out as the postdoctoral, but for the tips, the P stands for professional. The P stands for professional. Okay. And we'll be able to go over all these tips. You can, if you look right up here, you'll be able to go to my YouTube page and also my blog page at drdarwinspeaks.wordpress.com. Again, drdarwinspeaks@wordpress.com. If you anytime if you want to go back and review these tips, you can do such on those 2 mediums. So P stands for professional. Professional. All right. Yes, you're in a professional entity. Dentistry is a professional organization. All right, it's a professional. What word am I looking for? Yeah, well, it's a profession. With that being said, is now's the time for you to show your professionalism. Who are you? All right, and one of the things that come to mind as part of this whole application process is your CV. CV is going to be very, very important. This is what all the program directors and the evaluators that are going to be selecting and interviewing people for slots are going to be looking at your CV. All right, so the P stands for your CV slash bio. Okay, on your CV, of course, you're going to have your education, but you also need to put information about research if you've done some research, community service, and things like that. Those are key things that a lot of programs look for. One of the things that you have to do, you make sure you do your own professional due diligence, is that you want to look at all the programs that you're applying to and make sure you look at, go to their websites if they're available. Go to their websites and look at the things that they kind of use as core values or cornerstones or part of their culture of their programs, and find out if there's research or if there's a strong emphasis on community service. So you want to make sure that your CV highlights your contributions to those areas. So that's the first tip. All right, for the new Smile Dr. Darwin's tips for P, that's my P, professional. All right. The A for ADEA stands for application. The A for us, our tip, is accurate. A for accurate. You got to make sure that all the information that you're submitting is accurate. Your CV, your statement of purpose, which we're going to talk about in a minute. You got to make sure everything is accurate. You got to make sure that your letters or recommendations are accurate. You want to make sure your evaluators are making sure they're evaluating the right person. I've had a couple applications I've looked over in the last several years where it's a male applicant and the evaluator is putting down she, and vice versa. A lot of that is out of your control, I know, but you want to make sure your application is accurate, and that means making sure that you're also submitting any additional information that the program requires. It may not just be the P.A.S.S application. They may also have a supplemental application that you have to fill out. They may want a headshot, and then they may have some other things that you need to submit. So make sure your full application is accurate. All right. The third is the S. This is one of two S's for ADEA. The S stands for support. For us, the S stands for strategic. Strategic. You gotta make your application strategic, or you gotta think of it from a strategic standpoint. Okay, strategic in the sense that couple of things. Actually, well, the main thing for me, I think that needs to be emphasized is being strategic as far as I mentioned your CV and where you should put certain things, or community service, research. You want to kind of highlight those items much higher up on your CV, in my opinion. But also, you want to make sure that your statement of purpose is on point. Okay. Or is excellent. Your statement and point of purpose. You have to make sure that you're thinking about why you. All right. 3 things that I want you guys to focus on when you're doing these applications and you're being strategic in your statement of purpose. You want to tell a story. Tell a story. Who are you? How did you get here to dentistry? I know here at Bronx Lebanon, we get over probably close to 150 applications for a little bit over 30 positions. All right. So as a program director, as I'm looking through them, we have to actually read your statement of purpose. All right. So we need something that's going to catch our attention, get our attention, and tell a story. Any person that that's a public speaker, or even at your church or something similar, you can see one of the ways that they communicate is using is telling a story. So your statement of purpose needs to tell a story about you, how you got into dentistry, what motivated you into dentistry, and what you are going to do, what your plans are, what your aspirations are. So tell a story. Also, being strategic in your statement of purpose, you want to tell and describe a little bit about why you. Why should you be considered as a candidate for this position? How are you different? What makes you different? Again, like I said, we get over 150 applications for 30 spots. What makes you different than the person over there? All right. And also, the third thing that you want to include as part of your statement of purpose or your essay is, how are you going to contribute to the program? All right. What's is going to be how you make a difference, and how are you going to impact the program? What are you going to give the program? How are you going to contribute? Keeping in mind, for those of you that are doing a GPR or AEGD program, typically it's a year, so you have a 365 days. You're going to benefit a lot from that, but how are you going to contribute to the program? Because after 365 days, the program keeps going and going and going, all right, producing and training new dentists. So how are you going to contribute to the program? Those are things that you want to include in your statement of purpose, all right? And then the last S for ADEA, the PASS, for them, the last S stands for service. Here, it's going to stand for success. Success. All right? Success, guys, depends on you. Doesn't depend on the program that you go to. Doesn't depend on what day it is. Success depends on you. All right? And success is all part of a process. This is one of the reasons why you go to dental school, and then while I strongly recommend that everyone do at least 1 year of a GPR or AEGD program, because it's a process. You guys are continuing to learn, to develop your skills, to get more confidence. All right, that's one of the things that in evaluating the residents, the feedback that we've gotten from the residents is that they go from seeing 1 or 2 or 3 patients a day to up to 10 or 12 patients a day, and they're more confident. Their speed picks up, and they're more confident about who they are as a practitioner. But that's all part of the process of being successful. You want to strive to be compassionate. You want to strive to be competent, right? You want to strive so that you are actually making a contribution. And you want to strive to maybe be even known as the oral health consultant and the provider for the patients, for the populations that you're serving. All of that is part of a process. It's part of the success process for yourself, okay? And doing a post-grad dental residency program is part of that success process for yourself. So the S stands for success. And everything that we've talked about success-wise, that's what PASS is. P-A-S-S. Professional, accurate, strategic, and success. So hopefully those tips have helped you. Again, the PASS cycle is open for this year, for 2016-17. This is part of ADEA's how they implement and gather information application-wise for over 700 programs that utilize this uniform application. All right, so guys, this is your chance. It's open. Get started. Hope those tips help you as you go through this process, the success process for yourself. Anytime you have questions, feel free to contact me. All right, you can contact me right here. Should be something right there. All right, TheNewDentistCoach@gmail.com. You can also tweet me. Shoot me a tweet at Smile Dr. Darwin. And anytime you have questions, just let us know. And I'm here to help. That's my purpose. That's my goal, to help as many new dentists, dental students, pre-dental college students, help as many of you as possible. All right. So I hope that helps today, and look forward to talking to you soon. Take care. Have a great day.